Hi everyone, this is Mr. Slates and it's time to start Logic of English Lesson 9. First of all, I want to talk about that picture of that man that had his finger out like this. Did you see that on the front or on the main screen before the video was started? Okay, that's actually a famous poster from World War I, and it said, "I want you," in the original poster. And what it was trying to do was to encourage people to sign up to help to fight in the First World War. It was also used in World War II. Okay? Why is it on our screen for Logic of English? It has a different reason, obviously, than its first reason. The reason it's on our Logic of English Lesson 9 is because I and your teachers want you to be more responsible for your learning moving forward in Logic of English. So what does that mean, Mr. Slates? It means we have learned a significant amount of phonograms. And when I use the word significant, I mean a lot. We've learned a lot, haven't we? We've also learned how to mark words whenever we put them in our spelling journals, or our Logic of English journals. We've marked things underneath with lines. Sometimes we've marked and put symbols over vowels. It's time for you to start to do that more on your own, because you need to take responsibility for your own learning. Your teachers are standing in front of you, and so am I. We're doing all this work with our fingers. Do you notice that? It's pretty stressful, actually, sometimes. And we're doing so much work to try to help you to become better spellers and readers. It's time for you to take this opportunity to become a better speller and reader and to take your learning into your own hands. And that's going to start right now. So today, instead of me going over our phonograms that we've covered so far, I want you to pick a volunteer in your classroom who's going to go over the phonograms that we've done so far as a review. So again, just a reminder, you're going to stand in front of the classroom just like a teacher. You're going to take the cards, you're going to flip them, or wherever they are in your room, if you want to point to them, however you have them displayed in your room, go ahead and take about 3 or 4 minutes and review your phonogram sounds. And when you're done, after you pause the video, push play again, and I'll be right here. All right. Hopefully you had a chance to review the phonograms that we've covered so far this year in Logic of English. I have some new phonograms for you. So I'm going to try to work with my ring here and take them off so that I can really show you. All right. So let's look at these first two. Think for a minute. Take charge of your own learning. How do these look the same? How are they the same? Do they have the same vowels or consonants? Okay, what you should have noticed is they both have that A in the beginning, don't they? And then one has a U and one has a W. I put them in this order for a reason. This one's first, this one's second. Okay, and you'll see why in just a minute. So let's go over these sounds. Let's listen to the sound that you hear with this phonogram. Say, aw. Can you say that? Aw. To me, it almost makes me think of something that's cute. When I go aw, it's the cute sound. Now, you've been doing Logic of English for quite a while, so you should know by now what phonograms can and cannot go at the end of English words. So, do you remember this rule about English words can't end in? So think for a minute. Could this be at the end of an English word? You should have said no, right? And why? Because English words don't end in, help me, I, U, V, or J. So this is two-letter aw that may not be used at the end of an English word. So because we've done that one, can anyone guess what sound this one makes? You probably have already said it. It also goes aw. Now can this aw be used at the end of an English word? Yes, it can. And why? Because it doesn't end in I, U, V, J, right? Now, let's talk about these phonograms. Are these vowel phonograms or are these consonant phonograms? So just a reminder, if they are vowel phonograms, my mouth is open and I can sing it. If it's a consonant, somehow the air and the sound coming out of my mouth is closing every once in a while. So let's look at my mouth. Aw, aw. Is my mouth open? Can I sing it? Ah, I can sing it. So these are vowel phonograms, right? Now I want you to take a look at this last phonogram and think to yourself, how is this one similar to these two? Similar means almost the same. So look at them for a minute. Do you notice how they're similar? Yeah, especially this one, right? It has an A and a U at the beginning of the phonogram, okay? So any guesses? What sound might this phonogram make? You may have guessed. It also can go aw. It's a cute sound. Aw. Now look, this is the biggest phonogram we have done so far ever. It's 4 letters. So if you have a word with this, your teacher's going to hold up 4 fingers, or they're going to put 4 marks on the board to show that 4 letters make that aw sound. Now aw is the most common sound, but there's another sound that you need to know because of one very famous, popular word. So I'm going to write it up on the board and really big, and you see if you can figure out what that word is. Do I say oh, aw? Is that the word law? It's not. It's F. F. Now, do you see any F at the end of this word? You do not. There's no F at the end of this word. But if you remember, GH, when it's at the end of an English word, it's either silent or it makes a sound, like in laugh or tough. Now, the reason we teach you that this can go aw or af is because this is such a popular word. You're going to see laugh all the time. Laugh, laughs, laughing, laughter, laughable. There's tons of words that have the word laugh in them, right? And a lot of your books are going to have af. So let's go through them one more time. Say aw that I may not use at the end of English words. Whoops, let's go to this one first. Say aw that I may use at the end of English words. Say aw, af. Nice. Let's talk about a couple of rules before we move on today. Remember, we're taking charge of our own learning. So it's been a while since we've gone over this rule, but I want you to think about it for just a minute and look at it. You can see that A, E, O, and U are there. See if you can remember something towards the beginning of the year. We had like a song and a rhythm, and it was Remember that? It has a rhythm. Can anyone think of what this rule is? If you can, raise your hand, pause the video, have someone say it, even if you say it in your own words. Okay, this is A, E, O, U. Say their name at the end of a syllable. Okay, do you remember that? Now, do you notice something's missing? Do you notice anything missing from this card? Think of your vowels. My vowels, A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y. What's missing? You probably noticed Y and I. They're missing, right? There's no I, there's no Y. Those are vowels. Mr. Slates, why are they not on there? It's because Y and I are kind of special, okay? So here's a new rule. Do you see the I? Do you see the Y? This line is trying to show that they're at the end of a syllable, okay? Now, here's the rule. I and Y may say I, there's nice smiley, or I at the end of the syllable. Okay, do you see the difference? In this one, the vowels are saying their name at the end of a syllable. In this one, I and Y are special because they can either say I, which is the short sound, or I, which is the long sound, at the end of a syllable. What I want you to do is to find your Logic of English student notebook and turn to page 139. You can pause it for a minute while I keep going and then come back when you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and put both the I and the Y up here, but we learned that these each make 4 sounds, so I'm going to write them 4 times. And we're going to talk about some markings that you can put on these vowels, okay? So help me out. What are the sounds of I if we start with I, I, E, ya, right? not ya. It's I-E-ya. Okay, let's think about how we mark it. How do I mark an I when it's making a short I sound? Look at my mouth. That will give you a hint. I. Should have marked it like this. Or you should be thinking, oh yeah, it's the smiley. Remember? I. When it's a short sound, I look like I'm smiling all the time. Okay, look at the I. I. When it's a long sound, how do I mark the I? I'm trying to give you a hint. I. See how my mouth goes like this? I. Mark it with a line. Okay? Now, Mr. Sates, wait a minute. This is E, and this is ya. How in the world do I mark an I when it makes its third or fourth sound? I, E, ya. Okay? When the I happens to make an E sound, which is actually not very often, you're going to put a 3 over the top to remember, oh yeah, E, it's its third sound. So can anyone guess what I'm going to put over the I that makes its fourth sound? The ya sound, which is a consonant. I'm going to put a 4. Excellent. Do we understand? Thumbs up. Hands in the middle, not sure. Thumbs down. I really don't get it. Okay, look. Both make 4 sounds. This is the short sound. I make that smiley. This is the long sound. I make a line. This 3, this 4. So let's go down to my Y. What sounds does Y make again? Remember, start with ya. Ya, I, E. Ya, I, E. Now look, I'm going to scratch through that first sound because that's not a vowel sound, is it? It's ya, ya, ya. Do you notice my mouth? Up, down, up, down, up, down. I can't sing ya. I. Ya, I, E. Now, what do you think I'm going to put over the Y when it makes its I sound? I'll give you a hint. Look up here. Which one of these shows I? Look at my mouth. I. Look at the mouth. I. Do you see my mouth? I like to smile with my teeth. I. Yes, I'm going to put that. Now, Mr. Sates, that's a Y. That's not a vowel, but yes, it is a vowel. Remember? Y can make a sound of a vowel sometimes in English words. So I'm still going to put that over that. Ya, I. What do you think goes over this one when it makes its I sound? I sound. Yes. Look, it's a line. Ya, I, E. Now, we could put another line over the E sound, but then that would confuse us. We can't do another line, then we don't know which sound it's making. So guess what? We're going to do one of these again, a 4. Ya, I, E. Now, looking at our 2 columns, this is number 1, this is number 2. Do you notice something that's the same? Look for a pattern. Do you see something that's the same? Here, I'll draw it in case you can't see it with your eyes. Do you see something that's the same? They both go I, they both go I, don't they? Which leads us to page 139. Do you see page 139? Do you see how there's 2 I's and there's 2 Y's? And this I is marked with the smiley, which goes I, and this I is marked with a line, which goes I. So this Y is marked with a long line, which means it's going I, and this Y is marked with a smiley face, which means it's going I. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take and you're going to cut out those cards. And these are going to be what's called your headings. Think about my head. It's at the top of my body, right? So you're going to like put it at the top of your desk. It's going to be your place. It's like your labels or your headings for where you're going to put words underneath. And then you can put the Y with the I and the Y with the I. Here's what you're going to do. Look at all these words, tons of them. You're going to go through, you're going to cut them out, then you're going to read them. Remember, the I and the Y are going to make one of 2 sounds. They're going to go I or I or I. But notice, they didn't put any marks over the top, did they? To show you which column they go in. That's your job. So let me give you an example. Look at the first word. Clinic. Clinic. Can you see that now? Is it smiling? Yeah. So clinic's going to go there. Whereas, let's do another one. Lion. I don't say lion. I say lion. Lion. So the lion's going to go there. Let's do another one that's an I. Look at this word. Mystic. Mystic. I don't say majestic or mystic. I say mystic. Do you hear how the Y is making an I sound? And then the last one, let's do another one. Styrofoam. It's making its I sound. What you're going to do right now is take the next few minutes and you're going to sort your words into your I's that are going it or I and your Y's that are going it or I as well. Now, just a special note for those of you that are in second grade, some of these words are tough. These are tricky words. So here's a hint. Maybe your teacher or someone that feels really confident with some of these words can read them out loud to you. And then you can listen for the it and I sounds and then look for the I's or the Y's and put them in the right column that they go in, okay? Just a reminder, take charge of your own learning, okay? This week as you learn new words in your spelling journal, your teacher may or may not ask you to mark your vowels with either the short sound, little symbol, or the long sound symbol. Do you understand? Thumbs up if you understand. Okay? You should be able to do that by now. Do you hear an I or an I? Do you hear an A or an A? Do you hear an E or an E? You should be able to mark it. Also, whenever you see something such as this, a multi-letter phonogram, you should automatically know to underline. If your teacher says, mark your word, that's what they mean by that. They don't mean mark it like this. They mean underline what goes together. Put the symbol for what sound the vowel is making, okay? You take charge of your own learning, and good luck this week with your words. Bye.